How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Graeme Games, and this is Darwin's Dinner, part 2 of my series on Double Fine's Amnesia Fortnight 2017. For people who are unfamiliar with what Amnesia Fortnight is and how it works, I do have a short video explaining it and giving my predictions for how things would play out this year. This is one game that I personally wanted to see made, but didn't think would make it through the voting process, so I'm pretty pumped to see it made. Right off the bat, I like the use of the D, but also being a double helix and also being a bow. That alone should have got this game made. So the general idea here was you're playing as a hunter who's kind of controlling the speciation of an island through your hunting.
My weather nubbins are picking up severe radiation storms on this planet. You will need to take shelter inside me to weather the storm. Perhaps for months. But first you must find food if you are to survive the storm. See what you can find.
So these games are all prototypes that were made in just 2 weeks, which is always super impressive. It looks like I harvest things like No Man's Sky style. Seems like I'm harvesting like a bunch of minerals or something, you know? So I got a nice evolution tracker here to see how things are progressing. Oh, I can use this just as a nice little animal tracker. Man, they made some weird ass plants and everything. I don't know if this game was originally gonna be some kind of weird space game, but I guess the concept kind of evolved. It'll be interesting to look back on the documentaries and see how they came up with things. I'll just throw one into the other there. So what is this then? It's something I can harvest rather than just collect. So let's see, if I go around and just harvest the tiniest little critters, then I think things should eventually start gearing towards being like massive. And so I'll be interested to try. I'll try and choose a trait to hone in on. I'm gonna try and eliminate the little guys. See, he's quite large. This tiny one, this is like a full-sized horse. He's massive. I don't think that's a tiny guy. Oh, damn. Okay, I guess the creatures in this game are quite large then. This guy's only got 2 feet and weird, crazy horns. I really got to be harvesting things more quickly here. I'm gonna die for sure. I'm definitely not gonna live through this storm if I don't collect a few things.
That giant creature should feed you for weeks, according to my reading.
Yeah, but I don't want to harvest the giant guy, especially if he's gonna charge at me like that. I'll just focus on collecting weird slug hunks. I seem to have gone way to the outskirts here. Not sure if it was a great plan. That one wasn't all that small, but I felt like I should just focus on grabbing something. I need to make sure I'm getting at least my 100 pounds up there, I think. I don't wanna starve when this storm hits. Alright, here, now I've found a couple things. Oh shit!
Hunt as if your life depends on it, Captain. Because it does.
I fell into a hole and I can't get out. There we go. There we go. Found my way. I'm gonna harvest one of these bigger guys just because I'm running out of options. This storm's about to hit. You can totally stun things by throwing those little spike balls at them, so I'll try and grab those when I come across them. No, I don't have enough food. This storm's about to hit and I don't have anything. Stun this guy, try and harvest him up nice and quickly, and then I'm booking it to my base. I've been grabbing too many big creatures. I'm not really sticking to the small creature thing anymore. I'm just trying to make sure I don't totally starve. Teleport back to the base. Get inside, get inside. Oh, did I die? I didn't make it back in time. I don't know if it's because I didn't harvest enough creatures or if it's because I didn't get back into my ship in time. I think changing it to a space theme makes a lot of sense, because then you can have weird, unpredictable creatures that are all different shapes and sizes and have weird combinations of features that you wouldn't see in like real Earth creatures. So I understand the choice there, but it seems like in the 2 weeks of prototyping, they may have ran out of different assets. Everything is looking kind of samey. Because it would be really cool to see like an insane amount of variability, like something you obviously couldn't obtain in a small prototype, and then have those mix and match and see really start to get a feel for how you're affecting the population as a whole. If I harvest a bunch of really slow creatures and try and get a world of fast creatures going, maybe. Oh, so I really just got to make sure I get back to base, because I'm back to my first cycle through this storm then. Because it'll probably be through future cycles that I start seeing changes to the population. That was oddly dark and aggressive. Kill it. Alright, you're nice and slow, aren't you? Slow and full of meats. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the home base and start exploring in a different direction there. I've done as much as I can over there for now. Oh, I can sprint. Oh, damn, I definitely should have been doing that the whole time. I have my separate little stamina bar there for that. Got a couple of slow guys just kind of chilling in a weird corner here. They really like to just smush themselves into corners, but I think it must be them like eating or something. So I nearly have enough food here. I just, I think I'm definitely going to be able to fill up on time so I can actually weather out the storm this time around. But because I started just aiming for the slowest creatures just to like try it out, get a better sense of how the generational aspect of this game will behave, next time around it might be only the fastest creatures, in which case I might be totally pooched, but that'll be a good way to test how these mechanics work. I did grab a couple speedy ones as well just because they were there, and I want to make sure I actually get like a full 100 pounds of food this time, so I don't just get stuck out in the storm and die. This one last creature I'm trying to run towards should do it, except for then I accidentally just drowned in the water. Oh fuck, I'm actually stuck here. Oh, but I can teleport. Alright, if you ever get stuck, you can at least teleport out of there. Maybe I'll just eat these weird fruits that are laying around and fill up on those. Oh, that'd be cool if there was enough of those fruits in the game that you could actually do like a vegetarian diet, and then that would like create a random dice roll of the creatures, or they could think of some way to make that have an interesting impact on the makeup of everything. Oh, here we go. This will make 100. Now I can hop into my my special overstorming facility. So there's the quadromorphs and the bipedalists. And it seems like I didn't do a whole lot to the quadromorphs, but now the overall speed of the bipedalists is way up, and they're a little bit more aggressive as well. So I can see the ones I harvested as well as the ones that remained alive, and so now I can see what the general makeup of the population is for these different areas. Alright, which way should I try and gear things this time around? Let's try and affect size like I did that other time. Get rid of all the teeny tiny little guys. Really, if I wasn't just messing around with the mechanics, I would be trying to gear things so that they would be large, slow, not aggressive, low amounts of health, and just make it easier and easier on myself with successive generations to actually harvest these things. Rather than just size differences and a few small things like horns and stuff, it would be cool to see a lot more variation in the creatures. That's something that would come with like a future iteration of the game rather than just a 2-week prototype. If I don't hit 100, is that an automatic loss? Like, do I just die? This guy seems stuck in the water. Oh, there he's on his way out. It seems to be size, not durability, that affects the amount of food I get out of them. Durability is their own health, how hard it is to harvest them, which is what I guessed. But I was wondering if that also meant they were like a hardier creature and, you know, it would provide more food. So I'm probably going to have to harvest at least a couple full-sized guys just to make sure I actually am hitting my food quota. There's a lot of small ones in this area. I'll probably just harvest like everything I can in this little area here to try and get the most out of it that I can. I'm not even at 50% and I'm like 3/4 of the way through the storm coming. So I don't know, I might end up dying this time. Going for the little guys really isn't helping me out here. But if you go for too many of the big ones, then that just means in the future generations, you're going to be stuck with only the little ones, in which case you'll be totally screwed. And so I wonder if the goal of the game is to keep a healthy balance rather than trying to go aggressively for one type, which makes sense ecologically. Like scientifically, that's how you should be doing things to try and maintain the diversity in the population. I just didn't think that's how the actual gameplay would work. Maybe there's an ecologist somewhere in the Double Fine team. Alright, let's harvest one of these big guys who is conveniently right next to my area. And I'll try and grab one more. Alright, I gotta bail back to the ship here. I don't have 100, but I have near. Oh shit. Okay, so a big part of the game, I guess, will be balancing where you're taking your food from. You need to make sure you're taking big enough guys that you get enough food, but you don't want to take too many of them because the next generation is going to be all small guys and then you'll for sure starve. Which is an interesting balance. I think there's a lot of potential here for a cool, larger game. I'm not sure if I was thrilled on the colors and the design of everything. It's cool space aesthetics and everything, but I think they could have made it a little sillier almost. Like more ridiculous creatures, like straight out of Spore or something. I think that's a good way they could expand the game, is adding lots of new features. Like in just in this small little picture here, you're seeing like there's still all three of them are four-legged, but there's a lot more variety there than what I was just seeing. Interesting concept. Works a lot better than The Gods Must Be Hungry did, which I think might have been the better concept, but this one was executed better in the 2 weeks. I'll do a wrap up at the end of all this, and I'll get into all of my final thoughts on things. Next up, I think I'm going to be playing Kiln. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be playing the rest of the Amnesia Fortnight bundle. I hope to see you again soon.